Hello dear students, welcome in this online session of 8th standard, and the lesson which we are going to refer today is depending upon the parliament and its role too here. Now as you can see behind me, the parliament in a democratic country, or the parliament which is working in the democratic level to the democratic people and the country also. Why we need democracy? The first thing which we need to understand here in this lecture is relation with the democracy. Why we need a democracy? A democracy is a thing, key factor which is defining the people, the freedom, the rules, regulation, rights, remedies, principles and the state policies too here. So today we are going to learn in this lecture that how democracy is playing the role. Along with that, what is country's benefits in that, and also we'll learn about what is the basic important pillars and the fixed general features related to the parliamentary organization is working out here. So if you can see the page number which I have already defined you, the page number 47, 46, we can check it out here, that it is showing the role of parliament in a democracy, and the chapter number is 8, the standard is 8, and the syllabus of the subject is relating with the SS textbook here. So who gives us the power? The first thing is that we own in the Lok Shahi, we can say Satta, or the Lok Shahi government, we own the power by ourselves because we are the almighty people. And as you know that in any democratic level of the country or the society, the people, the power is lying between the people, only in the hands of people. Therefore we can say that this kinds of features are given inside the democratic value of the country, where we can say that everything is for the people, by the people and to the people. So basic thing you need to understand is relating with the basic three pillars, okay, that is for the people, then by the people, and that is going to the, we can say, of the people or to the people. Okay, these all the basic structures lying to the people, where we can say that people are actually, you can understand my dear student here, they are making the government. Now government is the basic thing which is actually trying to build up the country and its prosperity, also making its all the basic key features here. So we can say that the government is actually working to make all the kind of effective things which is working possibly in a country, and that's how people could be enjoying the rules, rights, regulations, right principles and the state policies too here. So that's how I'll give this name to this figure here, that is the country. Okay, so this is the basic feature here. It's a basic form of the feature. So now we can say that who gives us the power? Then the power of the government is actually given to us that describe the value of the decisions which is actually taken by the people implementing the laws and all, and therefore we can say that the answer of this question also can be depending upon what kind of government is there inside a country, what kind of government is there. So first of all we need to check it out, which kind of government is actually ruling inside the country, because the government could be like in India we are having the democratic value of the government. So in the democracy we can say that supreme power is actually vested in the people, and it is actually extended, or we can say it is exercised actually directly over the people, and we can say elected agents and all. Therefore we can say that they elect their leaders. Who elect the leaders? The people who are actually getting the authority, we all are, that is the people here, by casting the vote. Casting the vote is a very simple and a process, that is casting the vote to the leaders. Okay, we are giving our vote to the leaders. I'm writing some of the short forms that you can understand. This lecture is quite lengthy, so we'll be going with the short forms most of time. So here we can say that the elected leader are also somehow, we can say that, can be represented in the areas, or they can be also consisted as the area representative people. Now if you talk about leaders and the representative from the government, then we can say that in the democracy the government has to give the basic clarifications and the basic we can say reasons also to provide the decisions under the norms and conditions of the constitution. It means that whatever results are there, whatever the theories are there given from the government, has to be attended some kinds of reasons, and it should be clarified that which kind of person is selected and elected by the people to the government, and he or she can be sitting at the authoritative chair, at the chair place, where they can also rule, not only we can say rule, but they can serve the betterment to the people of India. Therefore we select our leader, and therefore we got the adult franchises also. After 18-year-old we can be going for the voting too here. So therefore we can say that the power of the decision is actually running the administration, and therefore we can say that administration, if you talk about the ancient time, then it was under the hand of king and queen, but today we are having the government that is impartial. So now we can say that the king's decision will be the last decision, as we know in the later in this form of theory, and therefore we can say that the group of advisory or the power of the people can be also somehow taken, or they can be also taking the final decision towards the concept of leading businesses inside any democratic value of the country today or in the previous time also. Like for example, in the previous time there were kings and queens. Now see my dear student, whenever we are talking about the kings and the queens, then we can say that they were the people who were actually in the ancient time, whatever were making, whatever were ruling, they were according to making or ruling at their own wishes, at their own we can say that examples in the theories also. But here if you go today, then we can say that government is actually working here, and government is not going according to the wish. Government is going according to the need of the people, according to the reforms, according to norms and conditions, according to the constitutional wise and all. So therefore we can say that most of the important characters of a democracy, most of the important character of the democracy is actually that there is the sole power. That is, we can say that most of the important characteristics of the democracy is lying into the sole power of the nation. There is a power to rule, and it is not in the hands of, we can say, a single person. It can be in the hands of whole of the committee system group, and therefore we can say that it is quite different since from the ancient time. In the ancient time, the kings and queens means we can say that personal people were ruling, but today the government is ruling. Therefore we can say that today the making of the decisions and the breaking of the decisions are actually one of the topic of, we can say that, general assembly, where we can say people are also given a special we can say role in that, so that we can confirm from the people before making a law or after breaking a law to here. So that's how we can say that these are the general confirmation related to the government of a country and the systematic theory. Now the word democracy, let's talk about the word. If you talk about the democracy in the Gujarati, then we can say that Lok Shahi. So therefore we can say that democratic value and the generation of the government, we can say that is also one of the basic topic of people, where we can say it is actually meaning the welfare of the people. That is the governance with the people, means the welfare of the people, and therefore we can say that main aim of the government is to maintain the democracy and is to also run the democracy to the people and the representative also, which are actually elected from that side. So therefore we can say that this is actually making whole of the administration properly here. So my dear student, we need to understand how this democracy is working out also. I made you the definition, understand about democracy, but we'll know about how the democracy is actually working out. You need to sit with a pen, pencil and eraser, and also you need to take out the page number 47, where I will make you to understand about the basic systematic theory related to the government and the governmental theory also. And this is the lesson where we are actually studying about the parliament and the parliamentary system too here. So you should be learning about the detailed examples here. So as if we go more further, then we can say that there are some kinds of elections. Now what is the role of the election, my dear student? The role of the election is that to select a person for the general assemblies and all. If we talk about the Gujarat, then we can say that the word in the Gujarati, the Lok Shahi was represented here, where we can say democratic government is actually for the people. So somehow if you are selecting any person, like your school have been also conducting and organizing the elections, the GS meetings, assemblies and all are done. So in this case we can say that similarly your class monitor is also one of the GS of your ground class. It means that GS means general secretary of your school or of your class also, who is actually resulting with the other problems, and he is discussing with this problem to the principal members also, so that the people who are actually not getting the benefits inside the class, they can be getting the benefits by some kinds of special carings by the management here. So in the democratic level we can say that, my dear student, here the majority and the minority is working as the proper basic level, where we can say that constitution has given special rules, regulation and the rights also for the special minorities people. As a result we can say that other than we can say that whenever it is wanted to give special benefit for the minority people, they are given, so that they are not feeling that they are actually discomfortable in this country, and somehow they are disapproved also in this country. Therefore we can say that democracy is maintaining the basic rule system and the basic fundamental things and duties too here, including the profit of the people also. Now if we talk about, my dear student, how it is working. So in this we can say that the school panchayat, just take an example of the school panchayat. The school panchayat is actually selecting the representative, and therefore they are elected in the school, we can say like some kinds of elections and all. Same as we can say that government is also holding in the country subsequent of elections. In that elections, we can say that in that election, government is actually under the country is under the governance, and the governance is under the people of the country. Therefore we can say that this trio means these three factors are working coordinatingly with each other into a great coordination. Therefore we can say that here the leader of the people who wins the majority, and he can be becoming the person who can be sitting at the leading position of that area. Furthermore, the selection of prime minister is also done by this kinds of systematic theory here, where we can say that the members elected actually as a representative to the council of members and ministers are also giving the special vote to select a person as the main superintendent of the country. Therefore we can say that ministers are also assigned for the various departments, for the duties, principles and all. So there is not only one department. See my dear student, there is not only one department which is actually making to rule the government. No, the government is also having several basic departments and all. So among that we can say that after forming this kinds of department, we need a basic foundation which can be actually guiding this department. So therefore we need the parliament. Now what is parliament and how it is formed? So the today's question is that how parliament is formed. This topic we need to discuss out here. देखो, India has general we can say powers related to the parliament, and India has also obtained and attended the policy of parliamentary policy from in the we can say form of the democracy. Therefore we can say that parliament is a supreme power, and apart from that it is actually one of the supreme institution working in India. See, the question is asking how parliament is formed. It is the basic question. So I'm telling you, it is one of the institutions which is actually working as a supreme institution in India, and therefore we can say that parliament is having some special powers. Therefore parliament consists of basic we can say president and other two of the houses too here. Along with that we can say that both the houses are named as Rajya Sabha as well as the Lok Sabha. The Lok Sabha, my dear student, is known as the lower house. Need to remember here you can check it out here. Lok Sabha is the lower house. Okay, same as if you go more further, then we can say that Rajya Sabha is the upper house here. So what is the role of these houses? These houses are actually discussed inside with the matter of the general theory related to a small basic grade of the nation's matter, state matter, village matter, or they are discussed on the national and international also, where we can say that representative from that area, elected representative, are keeping their view and the opinion also in the discussion of this kinds of matter. That's how we can say that Lok Sabha is actually working out. And if we go more further, then we can say that this kinds of Lok Sabha and the sessions of the Lok Sabha are held every year, and we can say if it is needed, then it can be also held quarterly or halfly also. Therefore we can say that the problem of the people should be easily understood in the regardance of the Lok Sabha as well as in the Rajya Sabha too here. So I am making you to understand that how is the parliament formed, and also I am making you to understand that how the democracy is working out here in the basic group and category 2 here. So we can say that parliament is also forming into the different factors. Now what are the factors? India has adopted, let me show you with the graph chart here. India has generally adopted the parliamentary democracy, as I made you to understand, where the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha is working out here. Therefore we can say that president is actually in the center of this both the houses, and therefore in the Lok Sabha, my dear student, there are total 26 seats of the Gujarat. I am in the Gujarat, so I'll be talking specially of the Gujarat only. There are 26 seats inside the we can say Lok Sabha, but we can say the total members of the seats are 545. Same as if you go on the other hand side, then we can say that total members are 250 inside the Rajya Sabha, and Gujarat holds the 11th seat. So Indian parliamentary system has been forming with the post-independence period, and therefore it is one of the symbol of trust and the symbol of belief of the India too here, where we follow the Satyamev to Jayate here. So we can say that main features are actually working with the decision making democracy. Apart from that, people, their structure, their concern, inscriptions and participations, and many more kinds of things too here, where the government is actually guided well, government is also somehow ruled well, and we can say government is served well before the people, so that people people cannot lose their trust or the government too here. So apart from that, we we can say that it is working since from the ancient time in the, we can say, in the hands or with the hands of comprises elected representative to here. Means the representative members are actually you can say like they're the ruling body also, or they're the guiding body of this parliament too here. So this is how the parliament is formed out. Now the lecture is not going till here only. As I made you to clear this question, we'll be going more further and in the detail. In the detail we'll be also learning about the general basic category related to the parliament and its assemblies and the basic principles, rules, regulations and the thoughts to here. So as I made you, you need to always understand, my dear student, that there are two houses of the parliament. Okay, one is the upper house and one is the lower house. That is, the lower house is the Lok Sabha, upper house is the Rajya Sabha. So what is the work of parliament? Okay, how the parliament is functioning? See, parliament is functioning over basic two pillars, okay, to control the governance and also to provide the basic benefits and information guidance to it. There's a first factor. The second factor is going to make the laws and to make them implement, means to make that amendment. You can check it out, the figure number 8.1, the parliament and its sessions to here. So we can say that it is making amendment among the people, towards the people and also with the people. Therefore we can say that the parliament system is working according to systematic theory of the two systems that you need to remember. On the basic two systems it is working out. Now the elections of the Lok Sabha. See how the Lok Sabha is formed. As I made you to understand how the parliament is formed, we'll know about how the Lok Sabha is formed. The Lok Sabha is formed, means the house of the people, General Sabha, is formed on the elections. And if you go in the detail, then we need to understand that Lok Sabha is consisting the legislative, state legislative assembly also, the Vidhan Sabha, and that's how we can say that there are conducted the same way the voting process are also going here, where we can say Lok Sabha elections are also held every 5 years. In the every 5 years the Lok Sabha elections are held. Each constitutionally, if we talk about, then each constituency of this representative by one to the another are elected in the member of parliament, and therefore we can say that the candidates who are actually running or who are actually fighting for the contest for the seat inside the parliament are also usually active inside the various political parties too. It means a fresh person cannot go there. He need to work from a zero level, from your taluka level, from your gram level, means the gaon level and all, at your village level. Then slowly he can be going. It's not like that he will be directly going and sitting inside the parliament. He needs to be clearing all the basic small factors, then only it is represented here. And therefore we can say that the person who is actually elected candidate inside the parliament can be also said as the member of the parliament, that is MP. So these elected members are collectively, we can say that, forming the Lok Sabha also, or collectively from the Lok Sabha they are there. So somehow these houses are created. Now there is a special role, or there is a special play role of the ruling party. So how the ruling party is formed out? Okay, the second question is that how the ruling party is formed out. Ruling party is formed, and there is a question mark. How the ruling party is formed? So we need to understand, my dear student, here the ruling party is generally formed with the, we can say, after the elections of the Lok Sabha, and therefore they are formed party wise. How they are formed? Party wise. Different parties are there. When I am taking the name of parties, you need to understand I am talking about the groups of the people. Therefore we can say that in the parliament, or the parliament is also relating with that kind of factor, where we can say after the election of the Lok Sabha, the party wise list of the members of parliament are formed, and therefore we can say that from this list, from the list of parliament, it becomes clear that how many members will be actually appointed for the parties and how many members are there in the parties. And therefore we can say if any party wants to form the government of their own choice, then they should be actually going for the majority, and if there is no majority, then they should be not elected in that. Therefore we can say that after the elections, the leaders of these parties are actually getting a condition in which the parties which are actually winning with the, or consisting of the clear majority, are only the people parties who are actually forming the appointment to go, and we can say that appointment for the appointment, they are also appointed as the member of parliament, or they can say that the prime minister position too here. So therefore we can say these all the sessions are discussed inside the Lok Sabha, and the parties are also well elected in the Lok Sabha, and therefore we can say that the parliament is consisting of the head bodies like president and all. But if you talk about the out of the parliament and the country, then we can say that prime minister of the India is the head of the ruling party. So he is also having some kinds of benefits where he can also elect a person, select a person, and therefore he can discard a person too here. So this is the basic example related to the Lok Sabha and related to the forming of the parliamentary parties and all, and therefore we can say that these are the basic example where you can also understand the constitutional system of your nation. Not only the constitutional systems, you can also go through with the parliamentary systems. And whenever you are getting a time, my dear student, you need to go and see the news also. The news channels which are providing you the good news are boosting your knowledge also, and in the case when you are finding the bad news or the fake news and all, then they are actually somehow ruining your day also, or then they are wasting your time too here. So these are the basic things which we are actually discussing in the lecture here. So now focusing with the general thing with the country and the government, then we can say that the prime minister, as I made you understand, prime minister is the general organizatory body of this kinds of selecting members and all. So the prime minister selects the ministers from the members of the party. Where the prime minister is selecting the ministers, he is selecting the member from the ministers of the party, and in this way we can say that the council of the ministers is also formed. So if the question is coming in the exam that how the council of minister is formed, then you can write the answer which I made you to understand in this video lecture. Apart from that, we can say that the ministers with the prime minister takes all the decisions. Who is taking the decision? That is the minister with the prime minister taking all the decisions, and these ministers are taking the decisions and the responsibilities to here to work with the respective principles and with the question related to the ministry also, that is the member of parliament is there. Means we can say that whatever person are elected and selected with the questioning hours and all, they can be asked some of the question, they can be keep their judgment, and they can be also bifurcate some of the reasons where we can say that people should be getting only the benefit because we are ruling for the people, by the people, of the people, or you can say to the people also. That is the democratic level here. So this lecture was till here only, student. I hope you enjoyed the lecture, and I also hope that you got maximum information in this lecture. We will continue this part in the other part of this lecture. Till then, what you can do, you can keep care, revise the pages of this lesson starting with the 47 chapter number 8, and we'll see you in the other lecture. Till then, take care. Jai Hind.